The former dean of Yale Law School just torched Kavanaugh, there will be hell to pay. The former dean of Yale Law School, where recently confirmed Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh went to college and allegedly assaulted Deborah Ramirez, penned an op-ed for Politico yesterday that condemned Yale graduates' ascension to our nation's highest court as an American tragedy. Robert Post says that he knew Kavanaugh only as an acquaintance, but was horrified to see that the gentle, quiet, reserved man he once knew exhibits such horrendous behavior over the past 2 weeks, so obsessed with his own personal ambitions and the promotion he felt entitled to that he was willing to besmirch the dignity of the institution which he aspired to. Even if he sought to defend his honor as a husband and father, his unbalanced rantings about political persecution were so utterly inconsistent with the dispassionate temperament we expect from judges that one had to conclude that he had chosen ambition over professionalism. Post deftly eviscerates the right-wing extremist for the appalling way in which he conducted himself during the testimony and the very Trumpian way he responded to the allegations of sexual assault made against him, declaring that there will be hell to pay if he remains on the court. With calculation and skill, Kavanaugh stoked the fires of partisan rage and male entitlement. He had apparently concluded that the only way he could rally Republican support was by painting himself as the victim of a political hit job. He therefore offered a witch's brew of vicious unfounded charges, alleging that Democratic members of the Senate Judicial Committee were pursuing a vendetta on behalf of the Clintons. If we expect judges to reach conclusions based solely on reliable evidence, Kavanaugh's savage and bitter attack demonstrated exactly the opposite sensibility. His performance is indelibly etched in the public mind. For as long as Kavanaugh sits on the court, he will remain a symbol of partisan anger, a haunting reminder that behind the smiling face of judicial benevolence lies the force of an urgent will to power. No one who felt the force of that anger could possibly believe that Kavanaugh might actually be a detached and impartial judge. Each and every Republican who votes for Kavanaugh, therefore, effectively announces that they care more about controlling the Supreme Court than they do about the legitimacy of the court itself. There will be hell to pay. Post is absolutely right, though many likely feel that this op-ed would have been much more useful if it had been published before Kavanaugh was confirmed to a lifetime position. Even if you put the deeply disturbing sexual assault allegations aside, the fact that he ranted and raved about how the entire thing was a Clinton conspiracy makes it very clear that the right-wing extremist never had any intention of being a fair and impartial judge and will immediately begin doing what the right-wing weeps and moans about whenever a liberal judge makes a decision legislating from the bench. Once the Democrats retake Congress this fall, we would be very well served by reopening the sham investigation into Kavanaugh and finding out what really happened all those years ago.